Hey y'all. Today I want to talk about the difference between feeling happy and being happy. Those are two very, very different things, and I've for a long time confused those two, and which caused me distress. So, feeling happy is when you it's it's something within your body that you actually feel, like you sense. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like you have this energy within you, and it's a very pleasant energy that's just like circulating throughout your body, right? That's a feeling, and you feel it, you sense it within your body, and it could lead to you being happy. So whenever someone does something nice for you, let's say, and then you feel happy, then it can lead to being happy as well. And the difference between that and being happy is that you don't have to feel happy to be happy. Like you can feel nothing. Let's say you're just sitting there and absorbing, let's say, the sunlight, and it's a nice day, but you don't have any thoughts, you don't have any feelings, you don't feel any emotions at all, let's say. You don't feel any pleasant feeling within your body, but you can be happy. It's just being happy is just being content with the moment, being content with yourself, and being content with whatever it is that's happening in the moment within your life and all that. And while it's really easy to be happy when you feel happy, being happy when you don't feel anything takes practice. And a lot of times people can equate not feeling anything, or feeling unpleasant feeling, or the absence of pleasant feelings. They sometimes people equate that to being unhappy. So it's, like I said, it's not the same thing. And this is your brain tricking you and your body, that you're not happy, like you're not, the being not happy, because you're lacking those feelings, those energy. And I'll give you an example from my life experience. So for the longest time, um, I I talked about this before in my other video, where I love being challenged, and every time I overcome a challenge, I feel happy, because it's a great energy that circulates throughout my body whenever I accomplish something, whenever I overcome a challenge. And so this positive energy just circulates throughout my body, and then that leads me to being happy, right? And then I got used to that feeling, so I kept on going after the challenges, and it needed to be bigger and bigger challenge, and I'll talk about why in a moment. But so it led me to seeking out more and more challenges, and I pretty much became addicted to it, because this positive feeling is very addictive. You can get it from alcohol, you can get it from drugs, right? And but you need to do it more and more and more, and the dosage, if it's a drug, has to be higher and higher. It can't be the same dosage. It just doesn't feel as great. And the same thing with challenges. The challenge has to be bigger and bigger, because, like, if I solve the same puzzle over and over and over, I'll um, it won't. I won't feel much out of it after 5 or 6 times. It's your body already adapted to it. It's not challenging anymore. So I needed to do bigger and bigger things, and that led me to be very successful in my career. But then what ended up happening is my mind started to compare the big challenges to the mundane things that I needed to do within my life, like, playing with my kids and teaching my kids things. It wasn't very challenging when I taught my kids, right? Because it required a very different mindset. It required patience, which I don't have a lot of. And so I'm like, okay, why am I not feeling this happy feeling when I'm teaching my kids and being with my kids? And then I later found out, oh, my mind is so used to feeling this sometimes overwhelming excitement after overcoming a challenge, that my body got used to that, and then it's comparing that feeling to now this other feeling that I'm getting, which is like almost nothing when I'm teaching my kids something, or when I'm playing with my kids, playing like a video game with my kids. I don't feel anything because in my mind I'm like, I'm playing. Let's say I'm playing a video game and I'm trying to beat this level with my kid, and it's so easy for me because these games are just not challenging. And so for the longest time I'm like, okay, something's wrong. Why aren't I feeling happy when I'm playing with my kids? I'm supposed to feel happy, right? Like, it's my kids and I want to be happy when I'm playing with them. But that's the thing. Being happy and feeling happy are two completely different things. And so I'll go back to the comparison now. So your mind and body is very adaptive. Every time, like I said, let's say you solve a puzzle that you have never solved before, you'll feel happy after you overcome the challenge. But as I said, when you do it over and over and over again, it's not going to be it's not going to give you the same excitement anymore. It's not going to give you the same feeling anymore, because your mind and body already got used to that feeling, and so the excitement is gone. It's the same thing as if you're eating the same food, right? If you eat something good, let's say I love ramen, right? And I eat it every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm going to get tired of it, because that's what your body does. Your body will get used to it. The same thing with, let's say, making money. Let's say today I make $100. Or bad example. Okay, let's say my salary was 50,000, and when I first started my career, it was around that much. And then in my mind, I'm like, man, if I made 100,000, I'm set. Like, that's it for life. I don't have to make any more than that. I'll be happy forever. And then I made 100,000. It's like, I strive for more than that. After that, I'm like, okay, if I make 150,000, then I'll be set. I'll be happy. But then I made more than that, and it's like I saw the same pattern. And I know a lot of you are thinking like, oh, people are saying that money does not matter because they already have money. Well, I came from nothing, and I started becoming aware of this pattern. Like I said before, like it started from 50 and then climbed up to 100 and then 150 and then more than that. And so I started to see the pattern where no matter how much you make, once you reach that point, that becomes the standard. that's how your mind and body works. It adapts to the new level that you're at as the new standard. That's the same thing as a challenge. Once you overcome that challenge, that becomes the bar. So if you equate the feeling of happiness to being happy, then you're never going to be happy. Because, like I said, those are two different things. So you need to change that mindset and practice being happy instead. And so it's related to that pain pleasure balance that you have in your system that I talked about in the video. And maybe in another video I'll dive deeper into that, but that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope that was helpful, and if you guys have any questions around that, let me know.